This is the replacement to the old waterfall. It used to be situated just across the water there. It's relatively modern, maybe 20-30 years, I don't know. But they replaced the steep cliff which I'm pointing at, and it's a much safer option. They were scared that the other one was going to collapse at some point, or if it did collapse, or it could collapse, the amount of water flowing into the houses below would be in the thousands and thousands of gallons, and it could have been catastrophic and had the potential to kill thousands of people. So they drained the lake, rebuilt, well, removed the waterfall and made a big embankment, and added this wonderful delight. Where this water goes now, the stream, the overspill, I'm not sure, but I'm quite certain it'll end up in the River Aire at some point after joining various specks and streams en route. There you go. Heading, I don't know, Whitebeck Valley, down the river in town, but this is the equivalent of the old waterfall. That's what I was on about earlier, how it's been manicured, the park. Although I can understand the safety reasons. This was always a popular fishing spot, and the wall over there we used to call Perch Wall, and we'd come down here and sometimes fish here at the top end. We didn't really get much fishing done back then, if I remember rightly, or if we did, we didn't catch much. We'd end up, more than often, end up throwing each other in, going home drenched. But this embankment here now, there used to be a waterfall, sheer drop, well, to the bottom there, 100 feet maybe, 150 feet. And over there, where the cars were parked, was a open air swimming pool, which was another popular spot as kids in the summer. We'd always jump in over the back of it was this side, and you could always get over the wall and get in free. But this waterfall here was amazing, and I heard a story about a kid climbing up it once and slipping and falling to his death, which was a tragedy, but it's changed. We was fishing here, but one of the lads saw what he thought was a strong big boulder in the water, and he said, I can jump onto that, and he did, and he slipped and he missed and he went straight under. That was funny, very funny. But yeah, thinking back, hours and hours and hours I've spent in this park. It's superb, and I still do. It's still got a wonderful attraction. Shame about the open air baths being closed down. They were very popular. Anyway, back to this Saxon ditch. Now, from this level we've got an embankment to climb. So up we go. And there's a path there. There's me nearly tripping up. But this is the beast. Continues down there where Freya's running through, and it continues up there. So somebody suggested, like I said earlier, that this was originally a road for a quarrying horse and carts. I don't buy that. Why can't Leeds, well, North Leeds and the Saxon area of Roundhay have some natural man-made history to it? Yeah, why can't it? I didn't invent this. It's not a creation of mine. It's something I've read about. So I'm just here now, checking it out. And I've just got a few yards further up. It's not fits the bill. The settlement is over there, that way, north, and the settlement of Roundhay. This is a perfect location for something like this. A steep embankment here. Obviously the lake wasn't there then, but I think I do subscribe to this. It continues and it continues. Obviously around here it's levelled off, but the ditch is still there. The embankment is still there to the right. It's a hell of a climb for any attacking people. They've still got a ditch which, if it is what I think it is filled in over 1,000 years, but it's still prominent. It's still here, visible, highly visible. You know, it's here. I'm walking on the top of it, on the southern side. Well, it's beginning to fade away a little bit, but I like the thought of it. In 2005 there was a group of local kids in the park, and one of them went in here for a swim, and you don't have to go far out before the temperature drops. There's a strong undercurrent, and the kid realised he was in trouble and screamed help. So this pal here, David Cullen, age 15, jumped in to save him. Unfortunately, a tragedy occurred when both of them drowned. His friend's monument is on the opposite side there. But that takes me back to about 1990, I don't know, 1976. Some pals of mine were on here in the rowing boats. Again, a hot and sunny Sunday afternoon, and they'd taken two boats out and they were stood on them splashing each other, and one of the boats collapsed, taking all the lads in, and one of the lads, who was allegedly the strongest swimmer among the lot of them, a kid called Jimmy McMahon, he'll have been about 17 at the time, as the boat turned over and they all fell in, it cracked him on his head and knocked him unconscious, and he sank and drowned. A good old friend of mine, Jimmy McMahon. Rest in peace, Jimmy, and rest in peace these two. Sad tale. So now we've come down from the castle and we're going back into a little bit more wilderness. Yeah, the top of the Waterloo Lake, and well, it's no mystery, I know what's in here, but it's a bit more hidden woodland. Well, not hidden woodland, it's a bit more woodland, which brings us up to the small little lake and a better view of the waterfall in there. And it's a lovely, beautiful little hidden valley with the stream from the top small lake coming down here and joining its bigger brother. Now we're approaching the lovely small waterfall, the one I climbed as a kid. It's there, but the sun's against me. I wouldn't climb it now. I wouldn't climb it now. And another little stream, small stream coming into the park, another small lake, which I didn't mention earlier, used to house paddle boats. The big lake housed the rowing boats, and the little lake housed paddle boats. And this is the island, the top, which I must have been on at some point. Lovely. I think it was a programme I was watching by Julia Bradbury, and she talked about a new idea she'd heard about, that imported from Japan. She'd imported, an idea from Japan, how forest bathing was a good idea, something good to copy and do. You know, it's an interesting idea. Good for the mind, good for the soul, etc. Good for the mental health. And I watched another programme about, I can't remember his name, a guy who visited Iceland, and he said how a ridiculous amount of the population still believed in elves and fairies. Now, where that could have been, I just don't know. I mean, we all know in the real world there are no such things as elves and fairies, and they still don't come around the woods, you know, like the trolls. But that's what we said, you know. Anyway, let's focus on these two more shelters. Hey, these are good ones to get as well. Let's oh, this is a superb one. You know, it's the right time of year because the leaf, you could easily cover it with leaf. It looks like somebody's left a tap over there as well. Should make things even easier. And it looks like somebody's prepared a fire but not got around to igniting it. These are superb. Absolutely superb. Yeah, forget about elves, fairies, goblins. They don't exist, do they? Really? Yeah, elves and goblins. As if. Never heard anything so ridiculous. This is the 21st century. Never known anything like it. No. I'm looking for Freya, I can't see her anywhere. Is that down there? Oh, there she is. So this is another look at the arena. On the hillside over there, that steps hill, I think is hill 60, whereas this smoother one, the smoother gradient, is hill 40. Hill 40 and 60. I'm no doubt they're named after some battlefield somewhere in British history. You know, like the lake, Waterloo Lake. You know, why do they always use military names, battlefield names as in places like this? Behind the trees on the top there is a block of flats, a very expensive block, residential, and there was quite a well-known guy who lived on the top floor, but you can't see it, which is just as good. And I'm not even going to mention the vile animal's name, but never mind. The sad misfortune of a famous Roundhay resident was best off where he is. The arena, hill 60, hill 40.